I don't know if this one's going to make it to the internet. But maybe if I'm brave. So that means I'm not putting it on. I did a whole lot of crying there. I don't know. Hi. I was just kind of sitting here in the bathroom looking at myself in the mirror, because I do that sometimes. And a thought came to my head about scaly creatures and fluffy creatures, and how everybody always loves to pet a fluffy creature, and it's so comforting and satisfying to stroke your fingers through that soft fur of like a bunny rabbit or a kitty cat, puppy dog. But I was thinking, like, scaly things like scratches too. That's why I kind of always have had a special place in my heart for scalies over fluffies, like my fishy. I've had plenty of reptiles. My dream is to have an iguana. Iguana. I want an iguana, but I want to be able to have like enough space to like house an iguana properly. I want to have like, if I got an iguana, I would want it to have its own bedroom, like his own room, and I would do it like a jungle, like sit-in jungle area, and that's where he would live. Thought about it a lot. It's kind of like my the same dream house. I'll have an indoor pool pond, a pool that converted into a pond, freshwater pond, for my best friend, so that he can finally sit in my lap and I can finally pet him. I don't know why. I don't know why I cry for stuff like this. I think it's because these creatures can't cry, or these creatures, they might feel left out in ways and not understand or be able to express. And I think maybe I'm crying for all the little creatures that may have been misunderstood just because they have cold blood and scales instead of fur and a little wet nose, you know. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying, because I feel silly. But I've always felt kind of like a lizard. Not like a lizard person or like an evil like lizard thing, but like a dragon. Like, I've always felt like a dragon, and I feel like no matter how hard I try to be soft, I still come across as a fire-breathing dragon. When I was younger, I used to get a lot of guff, and so I kind of got good with comebacks. You know, you gotta get tough or get ate up. And so I've been trying to reconnect with myself, who I really have always been, Not who I want to be, but who I've always been. And remembering how tough I am, in spite of my stature and my voice that makes it sound like I'm the mayor of Munchkin City. Maybe the coroner, sorry. But anyways, just because I'm a dragon doesn't mean I don't tell the truth. Doesn't mean I don't still have a soft heart. That I have lots of love to give. Yeah, I know I blow fireballs sometimes. It's kind of like a defense. I removed those comments not because the person who said them, if anybody's watching this blubbering mess, I recently had some negative comments that were on my, they came onto my shorts and whatever. Somebody was just being a super fan, and I got my first super fan. Like, I was actually excited. Like, I was excited. I wanted to, I was excited. I wanted to drink their blood. And that's probably not the best place to come from. I watch a lot of movies over and over again because I think I have autism. And, it comforts me. I've been watching one movie that I've watched for a very long time. I've lived this movie since I was way too young to be watching this movie. But it's called Fat Girls, P-H-A-T, Girls with a Z. And it's starring Monique. And I used to always say, because I love this movie so much, I used to always say that Monique was going to play me in the story of my life. Because I loved her so much. And I've always kind of felt like the character she plays, Jasmine, I've always felt like her, Like, I'm waiting for that moment, that breakthrough moment where it just happens for me. Where I just get the balls and I walk right up to life and I'm like, this is me, take it or leave it. But the message that I got was a little bit different than I usually get when I watch this movie. When I usually watch this movie, sorry, I gotta let the kitty in. Come on. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Pardon me. Stuff off of me. The message I received from the movie of my, one of my favorite movies, put up my boxing gloves. Everything doesn't have to be a fight. I'm way too classy of a lady to use such profanity, so I'm also working on cussing. And that it takes a long time. It took a long time. Like, the montage, you could see like the passage of time. Like she got her own storefront and went worldwide and stuff. And they told me, patience. And it will happen for you when you least expect it. She knows I'm upset. I'm not upset, I'm just really, really emotional. I'm so grateful for this little fluffer. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate like fluffies or anything. I don't hate fluffy animals. I know that everything has a purpose. I guess circling back to like my first points I was making at the very start of this whole weird thing. I just feel for those creatures that don't get love, you know? Just because of the way they look. Just because they might look a little scary. It doesn't mean that they're actually mean. Maybe they are trying their hardest to be as soft as possible. But the world has made them so hard. Well, this was weird, and I don't think I'm gonna post this. I don't know. I feel like a damn fool. I feel ugly and overwhelmed. I feel lost. I've been trying to dig my way out of the hole for it feels like years. I just keep getting deeper. I have been being a lot more creative lately, which is nice. I don't usually make time for myself anymore. I hadn't made time for myself to be creative in a very long time. I think since my second child, when I was on maternity leave with them. I think that was the last time I actually like completed a full painting from beginning to end. And of course I gave it away. Why would I still have it? I gave so many paintings away. I used to say that working at the grocery store as a cake decorator was my creative outlet. Because I would get to take orders, and I've always over-delivered. Always. You ready to go? Bye. But I have this thing where, like, I have a really good, like, internal visual, like, ability. And, people would describe to me what they want their cake to look like in the vaguest terms, and I would just here you go. And they would flip shit. Like, I got so many hugs from strangers that I'd met one time, and I made their cake, I guess, so good. I made sweet love to their cake so well that they had to touch me. They had to touch me. Somebody's knocking on the door. Sup? You coming in? Are you just gonna sit there? It's the cat. What do you mean? Come on. No, okay. She thinks she's hungry. There's plenty of food in her bowl. She gets half a can of wet in the morning with her quarter cup of kibble, and then some more kibble in the afternoon if she needs some, and then the rest of her can of wet at night. And she thinks that she needs, you know, just an endless supply of wet food, because that's, you know, pleasure. Simple pleasures. To be a cat, to be a creature, to not have to be so smart, just to be more simple. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. I thought this was gonna be like a 3-minute short. I'm looking at the clock here. I'm getting up on 17 minutes almost. Girlfriend, do you want in or do you want out? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come in. Come in. Come in. Come on. But no, I'm not going with you. No. She's trying to get me to follow her. She's giving me the this way. Timmy's in the well. Timmy's really hungry. Timmy ain't that hungry. Here, let's solve the knock at the door. Well, so this is me. I'm an emotional roller coaster. Welcome aboard. Tickets are free. Can you stomach it? Hey, baby. She's such a good girl. Best $30 I ever spent. You know, if you feel like you don't make a difference in anybody's life, go down to your pet shelter and just take a look around just for a little bit. You never know who's waiting for you. I found my little brat there. I got really lucky with her. I had called the morning that I adopted her. I had called that morning to our local Humane Society, their new location. They got a new location up on the highway, and it's a really big location, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a really good bet to find a bunch of kitties to look at, because I have kind of a small house, but you know, we were all really aching for a little creature. We were needing something, but someone was missing. And so we decided to go and adopt a friend, and we had a cat in mind because, you know, our house is too small for a dog. And I don't know if this is like doggist or whatever, but I don't like small dogs. I don't have anything against like small dogs or people who keep small dogs. It's just I'm heavy and I'm groggy sometimes in the morning, and like, you know, chihuahua bones are like toothpicks, and I just don't want to like kick something too hard. I don't know. I don't want to hurt it. I'm afraid I'll hurt it. I'm sure if I had one, it would be a different story. But I'd called ahead, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we've got a few cats here. In the like age group that we were looking for, we wanted like 2 years and younger, so that the kitty could grow up with our kids." And when we got there, they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys should have got here at like 12. We got there at 3 when my husband got home." And she said that people lined up outside the door and they all got adopted like right away. I was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "It's okay. You can go down and check at our other facility. We've got some cats there that are in the age group and yada yada, and are okay with little kids and stuff." And so we went there, and on our way there, I had the inkling to call just to see, to be like, "Hey, it says it in your system that you've got cats there, but, is this cat still available?" And we were going there to see Paula. And if Paula wasn't going to be a match, we were going to look at a boy cat. And but Paula was the one we were a little more interested in because she is a little bit younger. She's only a year old, whereas the boy cat was 2 years old. And I know it's weird, but I don't know. Here's why we got her. And called them up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Paula's still here and available, but she has an appointment to be seen, but they don't have a time down here. So it is first come, first serve. Come on down and have a little visit with her and see what you guys think." And we were like, "Okay." Lucky day, she's still there. And we went to go see her, and she was really lovey right away. She came up to all 3 of the kids, even though she had just had surgery. Like, her little belly wound was still fresh, and like her hair was still all gone and stuff. And she had been fast tracked, so she'd only been there for like a week, but she was so friendly that they fast tracked her for adoption. And we sat in there with her for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and just kind of letting her sniff us. And she liked me right away, but I didn't like get down on the ground with her. Everybody else sat up on the little benches they had available. Pardon me for a second. And I got down on the ground, and I sat on the ground, and she came up to me and was like sniffing all around me, got in my lap and let me pet her. And when I want to say the doctor, when the volunteer worker came in to be like, "So what do you guys think?" We were like, "Heck yeah, we want her. We'll take her." And at our shelter, you can buy like secondhand cat carriers for like $5. So I got a cat carrier, and which I love secondhand stuff. Like, I'd rather buy it still good but used than buy a brand new like cheap used thing that's not gonna last me for more than 2 or 3 uses. I could buy a real nice good hardy one that's maybe got a couple crusts here and there, but still good. Um, and they literally boxed her up for me. They boxed her up in a box, a cardboard box. And she started like eating the box. And the girl who was the one who showed us her, she was like, who put Paula in this box? And the dude who was like registering me and Paula, like kind of combining us, like putting me on her like chip information and stuff. He was like, it was me, is she okay? She's like, no, she's eating this box. And so that's when she told me about the secondhand crates and stuff, and they had a bunch of like donations and la la la. And so I bought one, and they put her in it for me, and so I had her right there, you know, in her new crate. She's waiting to go home with me. I'm signing the little papers and getting her tags and stuff. And then here comes a gentleman who looked very nice, in like a nice green shirt, and his hair was combed very nice. He had on black framed glasses. He looked like a really kind soul, and he said, I'm here to visit with Paula. And I felt so guilty. I felt so guilty. I felt like I swooped in and sniped this kitty from this really nice seeming guy. But there was that boy kitty, and he was awesome. He was a cool cat. Like, if Paula wasn't gonna work out, I was kind of excited to get this boy cat because one, he was solid black. And two, he was blind in one eye, which that's not like a perk, but I'm kind of spooky, I'm kind of creepy, I like creepy stuff. And it was like glazed over a little bit, like blue. It was like a light blue eye, and then a regular like yellow black cat's eye. So he looked so badass. He was such a cool cat, and he was only $10. I felt so bad that he was only $10 because Paula was $30, but this other cat was only $10, and I felt like it was because his eye and that. I would have liked to have had that cat too. I could have afforded to get two. But one is all I needed, and one is all I got. And I felt like that man was gonna, because he went back to go look at the cats anyways. And the only two that they had available were Paula and the black cat. And then they had a bunch of kittens in quarantine, so there was a bunch to look at, but you couldn't have them. And so I hope he got that cat, and I hope he's treating him really, really well. You think so? Yeah? You think? She's so smart too. Like, when she came home, I showed her litter box, and she used it right away. Showed her bowls, and she was like, these are mine for me. And her little toys. She loves her toys, and I'm trying to teach her how to play fetch because she's incredibly food motivated. And she's definitely a trainable cat. What do you see? She's got bugs? What is it? Is it bugs? Bugs? I don't know what she's in. Cats. Cats cool. I don't know. Well, this was long and weird and invasive and defacing and inviting and defeating and uplifting. And if you watched, cool. Tell me what you think, I guess. If you didn't watch, it's probably because I didn't upload it. I did a whole lot of crying there. I don't know. I ugly cry real hard too. I don't know if this one's going to make it to the internet. But maybe. Maybe if I'm brave. So that means I'm not putting it on. I do like talking to you. It's really fun. Maybe we can do it in real life sometime. Maybe leave me a comment. That would probably, like, flip my shit. Thanks for the inspiration. Bye.